Welcome back to B&B Spoilers. Today, we uncover the latest twists and turns surrounding Carter Walton's fate at Forrester Creations, his strained relationship with Ridge Forrester, and the ever-intensifying feud between the Logans and the Forresters. Will love, ambition, and betrayal lead to a shocking downfall? Stay tuned as we dissect the drama unfolding in the world of the bold and the beautiful. A power struggle at Forrester Creations, Carter Walton's survival hangs in the balance. Carter Walton's position at Forrester Creations is slipping through his fingers like grains of sand, and everyone is watching to see if he can cling to what little control he has left. The question of whether he will survive at the company is met with doubt, especially as Ridge Forrester becomes increasingly resolute in his decision to sever ties with him. If Carter truly seeks redemption, he will have to do more than offer apologies. He will need to beg for forgiveness and prove his loyalty once again. But even then, Ridge may not be willing to forgive. This isn't just about business, it's deeply personal. Carter's recent actions have left a bitter taste in Ridge's mouth, and even though their friendship once held strong, trust is a fragile thing, easily shattered and not so easily repaired. Ridge holds the power to completely remove Carter from Forrester Creations, and if he does, the fallout will be catastrophic. Yet, as much as Ridge might want to erase Carter's presence from the company, there's another layer to consider: Hope Logan. If Carter falls, Hope could tumble right down with him. And if both of them are pushed out, what happens next? Would they walk away in defeat, or would their expulsion spark an entirely new battle, one fueled by revenge? Brooke Logan, ever the wild card in the Forrester universe, is another factor that cannot be ignored. While Ridge has a complicated history with Brooke, their connection remains undeniable, and despite their ups and downs, it's hard to imagine Ridge permanently shutting the door on her. If she manages to hold her place within the company, could she serve as Carter's last hope for redemption? Or will Ridge's grudge extend so far that even Brooke's presence won't be enough to shift the tide? Forrester Creations, a legacy that won't be dethroned. Forrester Creations isn't just a fashion empire, it's a dynasty, and dynasties don't easily allow outsiders to take control. The company was built on the vision and hard work of the Forrester family, and any challenge to that dominance is met with fierce resistance. No one understands this better than Steffi Forrester Finnegan, who has dedicated herself to preserving the legacy of her family's name. From her perspective, Hope Logan is nothing more than an interloper, a woman seeking to rewrite history by inserting herself into a world where she was never meant to belong. Hope's belief that the Logans have been treated unfairly by the Forresters isn't a new sentiment, but it's certainly an exaggerated one. At least, that's how Eric Forrester sees it. He has always maintained that the company belongs to the Forresters, and Hope's claims of injustice hold little weight in his eyes. However, Hope sees things differently. To her, the Logans have spent years being treated as second-class citizens within the Forrester empire. She isn't just fighting for a seat at the table, she wants to carve out a permanent space for herself and her family. But Steffi won't let that happen without a fight. Steffi isn't just concerned about Hope's personal ambitions, she's also deeply troubled by the influence Hope has had on Carter Walton. In her eyes, Carter was once a man of principle, someone who could be trusted. But now? He's a man blinded by an illusion, manipulated into believing that he and Hope can rewrite the rules of Forrester Creations. Brooke Logan shares Steffi's concerns but takes a slightly different view. She doesn't see Carter as a villain, just a man who got swept up in something bigger than himself. The real question is, can Carter and Hope sustain their position within Forrester Creations, or are they destined to be cast out? And if they do fall, will they accept defeat, or will they fight back with everything they have? Carter and Hope, a romance built on ambition and uncertainty. For now, Carter Walton and Hope Logan remain steadfast in their devotion to one another. Neither is interested in exploring relationships elsewhere, which means their bond could serve as their greatest strength, or their ultimate downfall. Their relationship isn't just a love story, it's a statement. They are standing against the established order, refusing to be silenced, and daring to challenge the power dynamics that have defined Forrester creations for decades. But there's an undeniable fragility to their alliance. Hope has already made it clear that she can never go back. If they lose everything, what will be left for them? Carter may be willing to risk it all for love, but is Hope truly in this for him, or for what he represents? There's an undercurrent of uncertainty that cannot be ignored. Love alone isn't always enough to sustain a relationship, especially when ambition, betrayal, and power are all in play. If Forrester creation slips through their fingers, will their love survive, or will it crumble under the weight of their losses? Carter Walton's struggle for redemption, is it too late? At the heart of it all is Carter Walton, a man torn between his emotions and his sense of duty. He believes that what he feels for Hope is real, but at what cost? Is love worth sacrificing everything he has built? Carter's relationship with Ridge Forrester is one of the most complex dynamics at play. He isn't just another employee, he was once Ridge's most trusted confidant. But that trust has been obliterated, and Ridge is in no hurry to rebuild it. On the day of the jewelry launch, Ridge's message was crystal clear: he is done with Carter's betrayals. That moment, more than anything, set the tone for what is to come. Carter can regret his choices all he wants, but regret doesn't erase the past. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Carter confided in Hope, calling himself a traitor. And in a way, he isn't wrong. He has betrayed Ridge, he has betrayed the Forrester family, and perhaps, he has even betrayed himself. But Hope sees things differently. To her, this isn't about betrayal, it's about taking control of her destiny. But is she lifting Carter up, or is she merely using him as a stepping stone to cement her own position? Steffi is convinced that Hope is pulling the strings, manipulating Carter to serve her agenda. Whether that's true or not, one thing is clear: Carter's dream of love and loyalty might be nothing more than a dangerous illusion. The future of Forrester Creations, a reckoning approaches. As the power struggle continues, the future of Forrester Creations hangs in the balance. The Forresters are determined to reclaim their company, and if history has taught us anything, it's that they always find a way to win. But Carter and Hope aren't backing down. They are fighting for something they believe in, whether it's love, justice, or ambition, only time will tell. Will Ridge succeed in driving them out? Will Carter's desperation for redemption lead him to an unexpected decision? And if Hope loses her grip on Forrester Creations, what will she do next? One thing is for certain: this battle is far from over. And in the bold and the beautiful, nothing stays the same for long. Next, we dive into a whirlwind of shocking revelations, unexpected alliances, and dramatic confrontations in the world of the bold and the beautiful. What secrets will shake Steffi to her core? Will Hope's ambitions finally cost her everything? And who is the mysterious Remy? Stick around as we unravel all the juicy details. A heart-stopping confession: Finn drops a bombshell on Steffi. At the Cliff House, Finn sits down with Steffi, bracing himself for what is sure to be a conversation that will change everything. His voice is measured but heavy with emotion as he confesses, "There's something I have to tell you, and it's something you are not going to want to hear." The weight of his words hangs between them, as Steffi's expression shifts from curiosity to deep concern. For Finn, this moment is one he's dreaded but can no longer avoid. The truth about Luna has been kept in the shadows for too long, and Poppy's desperate pleas for silence can no longer keep it buried. What makes matters worse is that Luna isn't just a troubled young woman with a complicated past, she is a direct threat. Finn realizes that Steffi needs to know the full extent of the danger that could be lurking just around the corner. The revelation that Luna is no longer behind bars only amplifies Steffi's fears. With Finn's mother and daughter both having separately attempted to take her life, how much more can Steffi endure? Will this shocking confession push her to the brink, or will it fortify her resolve to protect her family at any cost? A desperate plea and a fractured family. The tension escalates when Finn lashes out at Poppy for keeping the truth about Luna hidden from him. His voice is laced with anger and disbelief as he confronts her. "You should have told me the truth. Things could have been so different for Luna if we had handled this together." But Poppy, ever the protector, insists that she was only trying to shield Luna from further harm. Poppy's guilt is evident, but her desperation is even more striking. She begs Finn not to tell Steffi. "Please, Finn. You don't understand what this will do to her, to us. If Steffi finds out everything, she might never look at you the same way again." But Finn knows better. Keeping secrets has only made things worse in the past, and he refuses to let history repeat itself. With Steffi already on edge, knowing that another danger lurks in the shadows could push her over the edge. Will Poppy's pleas be enough to sway Finn, or has he already made up his mind to lay everything on the table? Hope's defiance, a mother-daughter rift takes center stage. At the design office, Hope Logan stands firm in her convictions, her eyes blazing with determination as she faces her mother, Brooke Logan. "We cannot give in to Ridge and Steffi's demands," she declares, her voice unwavering. The tension between mother and daughter is palpable. Brooke, always torn between her loyalty to Hope and her long history with Ridge, hesitates before responding. Hope can sense her mother's inner turmoil, but she refuses to back down. She has worked too hard, fought too many battles, to surrender now. But the question remains, will Brooke stand by her, or will she ultimately side with Ridge and Steffi? The rift between them grows wider with each passing moment, and for the first time, Hope feels the chilling possibility that her own mother may abandon her cause. Even Carter Walton, once a steadfast supporter of Hope's ambitions, is beginning to crack under the pressure. The weight of what they've done to Ridge and his family is gnawing at him. Guilt creeps in like an unwelcome guest, and for the first time, he wonders if they went too far. Is there still time for redemption, or is it already too late? A stunning alliance, Steffi and Brooke find common ground. As Hope continues her relentless pursuit of power, Steffi comes to a realization that shakes her to her core. She might have an unexpected ally in the very woman she has clashed with for years. Brooke has spent so much of her life battling against Steffi and the Forresters, but now, with Hope becoming more ruthless by the day, she finds herself questioning where her true loyalty should lie. The irony isn't lost on Steffi as she throws it in Hope's face. "Even your own mother knows you're wrong," she tells her with a smirk, relishing the moment. For years, Steffi and Brooke have been on opposing sides of nearly every major conflict. But as Hope's hunger for control spirals out of hand, could these two fierce women actually come together for a common purpose? If so, Hope may have just made the biggest mistake of her life. Liam's heartache, a man who lost everything. Meanwhile, poor Liam Spencer finds himself at yet another crossroads. Having lost the two women he has loved the most to other men, he can't help but feel adrift. Sitting across from Steffi, he lets his emotions pour out. "This isn't how I pictured my life turning out," he admits, a mix of sorrow and frustration in his voice. Steffi listens, a flicker of sympathy in her eyes. She knows all too well the pain of losing love, of watching someone she once held close slip away. And in that moment, Liam wonders, could history be repeating itself? As things grow more complicated with Finn, will Steffi once again find solace in his arms? The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear, Liam is no stranger to heartbreak. The only question now is whether he'll be the one offering a shoulder to cry on, or if he'll finally find his own way forward. A dangerous meeting, Luna and Remy's troubling connection. At Dollar Bill's mansion, a strange and unsettling meeting takes place. Luna, dressed in barely anything due to the sweltering heat, walks into the room to find a young man staring at the photos on the mantel. Curiosity piqued, she asks, "Are you here to fix the AC?" The man turns around, his gaze locking onto hers. "Do I know you?" he asks, a peculiar intensity in his voice. And just like that, a dangerous connection is formed. Luna, meet Remy, a man just as reckless, just as unhinged, and just as determined to cause chaos. Their shared goal? To break up Will and Electra. But nothing good can come from these two finding each other. Their partnership is a ticking time bomb, a disaster waiting to unfold. The only question is, who will get hurt first? The storm is brewing, what happens next? With confessions looming, alliances shifting, and dangerous connections forming, the world of the bold and the beautiful is teetering on the edge of chaos. Will Finn's confession shatter his marriage with Steffi? Will Hope's defiance cost her everything, including her mother's support? And what kind of trouble will Luna and Remy unleash? Next? We're diving into a whirlwind of drama at Forrester Creations, the tangled web of lies surrounding Finn and Luna, and a brewing storm between Hope and Steffi. With unexpected alliances forming, dark secrets threatening to surface, and dangerous figures returning to the canvas, the bold and the beautiful is delivering non-stop twists. Let's break it all down. The battle for Forrester Creations. Steffi's next move. Forrester Creations has been the battleground for power struggles before, but this time it's personal. Steffi Forrester is determined to regain full control of the company, and she's pulling every string she can to make it happen. At first, she thought using Daphne Rose as a pawn would be enough to take down Hope Logan and Carter Walton. However, as days pass, she realizes that her strategy isn't working fast enough. Time is of the essence, and Steffi isn't one to sit idly by while her family's legacy slips through her fingers. Determined to find a more effective course of action, Steffi sits down with the two men who know Forrester Creations better than anyone. Her father, Ridge Forrester, and her grandfather, Eric Forrester. The three of them brainstorm a new plan, exploring every possible way to reclaim the power that belongs to their family. But while Steffi is focused on the corporate war, her personal life is about to demand her attention in a way she never expected. Liam's heartache, a shoulder to cry on? As if Steffi didn't already have enough on her plate, an old flame resurfaces, just as her life reaches another crossroads. Liam Spencer, her ex-husband, arrives at her door, weighed down by disappointment and regret. He confesses to Steffi that his life hasn't turned out the way he envisioned, and she can see the sorrow in his eyes. It's no secret that Liam has suffered a string of heartbreaks, having lost the two women he's loved most to other men. Steffi, despite everything, still has a soft spot for Liam. Perhaps it's nostalgia, or perhaps it's the deep connection they once shared. Wanting to ease his pain, she extends a kind gesture, one that could either be harmless or the beginning of something more complicated. But before she has time to fully process the implications of reconnecting with Liam, she's about to be blindsided by an earth-shattering revelation from her husband, Finn. Finn's fear, a truth that could destroy his marriage. While Steffi schemes with her family to take back control of Forrester Creations, her husband, Finn, is wrestling with his own dilemma, one that has nothing to do with business and everything to do with the truth he's been hiding. He knows he needs to confess, but his fear is paralyzing. Telling Steffi that Luna Nozawa is his daughter could change everything between them. Their marriage has survived betrayal, near-death experiences, and shocking twists, but this might be too much for Steffi to handle. Every time Finn works up the courage to speak, someone stops him. Chief among them is Poppy Nozawa, who is relentless in her attempts to keep him quiet. She hounds Finn, begging him not to tell Steffi. "You don't understand," she pleads. "If Steffi finds out the truth, she may never forgive you." But Finn is torn. Can he really keep a secret this big from his wife? Meanwhile, Poppy has another problem. She doesn't know where Luna is. And that's more than just concerning, it's downright terrifying. If Luna is missing, there's a chance she's involved in something dark, something dangerous. And if that's true, keeping this secret may not be the biggest problem they face. A chilling reunion. Luna meets Remy Price. As if on cue, trouble comes knocking. Later this week, Remy Price makes an unexpected return, and where does he show up? None other than Dollar Bill Spencer's mansion. Considering his past showdown with Will Spencer, Remy's arrival is risky, to say the least. But fate, or something far more sinister, brings him face to face with Luna Nozawa. Luna, dressed in next to nothing thanks to the sweltering heat, notices him first. She sees him eyeing the photos on the mantel and, without thinking, asks, "Are you here to fix the AC?" But when he turns around, something strange happens. There's a flicker of recognition in his eyes. "Do I know you?" he asks, intrigued. Their meeting is anything but accidental. There's a good chance that Remy has seen Luna before, perhaps at Forrester Creations, or Il Giardino, or even somewhere more sinister. The chilling possibility? He might recognize her from online articles about two mysterious murders. Two unstable minds colliding could spell disaster. If Remy and Luna decide to team up, it could mean destruction for everyone around them. What exactly are they planning? And will someone stop them before it's too late? Hope's struggle. A fracturing relationship with Brooke. While all this chaos unfolds, Hope Logan finds herself in a battle of her own, one that could cost her the support of the person she's always counted on. She turns to her mother, Brooke Logan, desperate for reassurance. She confides in her about the conflict with Carter Walton, admitting that tensions between them are escalating. More importantly, she tells Brooke that they cannot give in to Steffi and Ridge's demands. But Brooke's expression is unreadable. As Hope speaks, she begins to wonder if her mother is truly on her side. The more Hope fights to hold her ground, the more she senses that Brooke might not agree with her tactics.